how it's going to work doing a live in this uh, this style, this aspect ratio. I'm upstairs sitting on the floor in my movie room, and I wanted to do kind of a little live chat. Look at some underrated releases, box sets that have come out over the years. I did a video for the another You Can Keep Only 10, and I'm pretty stoked on it because it was for Umbrella. It was like the Umbrella Entertainment one, and because I'd previously done the Umbrella Entertainment one, but there was issues with monetization, all that type of stuff. I reshot it, and I didn't remember what I shot before. So I reshot the whole thing brand new, and I was able to put box sets into it, which let me in like also reshoot the alternate 5, which I do for my Patreon and my YouTube membership. And then I looked and noticed, okay, this means that my patrons and my members are probably going to get 3 bonus videos on Monday. So that's kind of cool. I'm glad to be able to do that. But I want to look at some like underrated box sets, some different stuff. If you're here, let me know. Remember that I'm doing this from my phone. And if I miss a message, I do apologize. But I hope that some people are going to be able to see this. So we'll see. We'll see how it goes. And let me just check something here. What's this? Okay, I did not mean to do that. Apparently there's a short. I don't know what these things on the side mean. I was trying to do something here to let people know that I'm going to. Oh, here we go. Let's just see if this works. We're going to share with my Facebook. And you haven't. Hey, Alan, welcome, man. Lone Ranger. The Lone Ranger set, is it up here? It might actually be here somewhere, Alan. Some stuff in the look. Oh, yeah, it is. I'll show you. So this is the set that you're talking about, the Lone Ranger set, with a seasons 1 and 2 of the Lone Ranger. I would really like to have the John Hart season, where it's it's kind of it's so different, and it's the one that doesn't have Clayton Moore, with ton of things on the inside. Won't take it out right now, but it's such a good set. An 88-page booklet, original radio broadcast from the 1950s, last episode featuring Lone Ranger, 3 of the Lone Ranger cartoons around here, complete episode guide, rare comic book and photo reprints, limited edition collectibles, and a ton of collectibles as well. It's kind of neat and different, and it's DVD, so you'll probably like this album. So when I was in Montreal, I was at we used to go there for the Comic Con and the Horror Con every year for a while. And one year, Trauma was there when I was there. And one of the things that I picked up was this right here. So it's called the Sexy Box. And there is a release of this, but the other release of this only has 2 or 3 movies on it. But this one has 4. So let's just see the back there. So we got Squeeze Play, Waitress, right? So yeah, Stuck on You, which I remember seeing that so often at my video store. And also The First Turn On, which has Vincent D'Onofrio on it. I kid you not. It has Vincent D'Onofrio on it. Now, one of the neat things about this release right here is each one of these, there's 4 movies, right? So the inside artwork for this would be one of 4 posters. So you open it up. There are 4 discs right here. And then you slip it out to see which of the 4 posters you get. So I got Squeeze Play. Hey, Kubrick, welcome, man. And it was totally random. So really, in order to get all 4 posters, you have to get at a minimum 4 copies of the set. If and hoping to get 4 posters. If you're there, like hit the like and share and share and subscribe and all the jazzy stuff. We had like a bunch of people. We had like 22 people here for a second, and like a bunch of people left, probably because I'm here sitting down like this doing it, and not in my fancy room. But don't worry, there's a whole ton of like movies in the background. Um, one that I do have to mention because I think it's kind of cool is are these Forbidden Hollywood sets. Absolutely fantastic films on these. This is the first one. Some of the more infamous films, Babyface, Red-Headed Woman, and Waterloo Bridge, um, especially Babyface and Red-Headed Woman. Those are adorably fantastic, right? Right, Buster? Yes. Volume 2 was the first volume I bought because I think this is the one with the yeah, this one. This has the documentary on pre-code Hollywood. I love pre-code films, by the way. This one has the films The Divorcee, A Free Soul, Three on a Match was one of my favorite movies of all time, by the way. Female, and Night Nurse. Night Nurse is highly underrated when it comes to pre-code cinema. Thank you so much, Alan Kubrick, man. Um, and this includes the Thou Shalt Not, Sex, Sin, and Censorship in Pre-Code Hollywood, which is an amazing documentary and really, really deserves to be checked out. And also have Volume 3, which is a Wim Wellman set. We have like Other Men's Women, The Purchase Price, Frisco Jenny, Midnight Mary, Heroes for Sale, Wild Boys on the Road. It has not one, but two feature-length documentaries on William Wellman, you know, and some vintage era cartoons and shorts and all that too, because it's Warner Brothers, so of course they do. But Warner Brothers weren't the only people to dive into pre-code cinema box sets. No, no, no. We also have this one here, which is pre-code Hollywood and a collection, and this is from Universal. It included with it a copy of the Hays Code, the full Hays Code. I kid you not. We got The Cheat with Little Bankhead here, which is a fantastic film. Merrily We Go to Hell. Absolutely adore this one, by the way. Frederick March and Sylvia Sidney. Classic team up. Hot Saturday, young Cary Grant, young Randolph Scott in here. We got Torch Singing with Claudette Colbert. My cats are fighting around my feet. Murder at the Vandies, which is one of kind of a musical one. So very different in what it's done. And Search for Beauty, which has Buster Crabbe, like in a different role, and because Buster Crabbe is like an Olympic swimmer, right? And this is one where he gets to play an Olympic swimmer alongside Ida Lupino. So a very different role for Buster Crabbe, and much closer to home. And because my cat has moved off of him, really, really quickly, I will mention this short-lived series here, which only had 2 volumes, unfortunately. Bad Girls of Film Noir. We got The Killer That Stalked New York, and that has Evelyn Keyes. We have Two of a Kind with Elizabeth Scott. Elizabeth Scott is like so underrated. Hey, they're welcome, man. We have another Elizabeth Scott one, Bad for Each Other, and finish it off with The Glass Wall with Gloria Graham, of course, known for Titanic. But 4 excellent films, and they did a second volume. Hey, you. Hi. Look at that. Oh, you moved. And this one here, we started with Night Editor, which is a really good film, and really, really dig this one. Then we followed up with One Girl's Confession with Cleo Moore. Cleo Moore's underrated too when it comes to stuff. We got Ada Lupina in Women's Prison and Cleo Moore again, so it's almost like a Cleo Moore set. And we got a third film, Overexposed, and guess who's in it? If you said Cleo Moore, do you have any films restored in color and restored from Legend Films? I have a couple. I know I have somewhere. I used to have. I hope I still have it. Reefer Madness. It had the black and white version and the color version, but not only that, Alan, it also had the riff tracks, the riff tracks, edition of it there, as well. There's a couple with Legend that did that. This is a very different video for me, and it's very off the cuff. So. The Tinto Brass Maestro of Erotic Cinema. This is volume 1. It has Cheeky, Black Angel, Private, and Mon Amour. So it's some of his latter work, but Cheeky is probably one of these films that, one of the later ones that he did, but it seems so much like a 70s, early 80s film that it's almost shocking in how well that it was done. I can't mention really underrated box sets and not mention the Video Nasties releases from Severin Films, originally from Nucleus. They have the Video Nasties, and Video Nasties are Draconian Days. It you can you can't go wrong with those Criterion ones, man. Um, and the features on those are just incredible. I recently Kubrick got into to imprint releases, and I'm kind of rediscovering Umbrella as well. And I'm finding that there's such good releases coming out from Australia right now that really I think need to be looked into more. I want to get a bunch more imprint, and I want to get some Umbrella collector's editions as well. It blows me away. Or any of these Super Vixen movies a good watch. They're fun. I mean, uh, and they're well made. Russ Meyer, you got to remember, was um, Cisco. Cisco and Ebert, especially Roger Ebert, who worked with Russ Meyer, was a fan of Russ Meyer as a filmmaker too, not just a friend. And people sometimes like just waylay Russ Meyer because of some of the types of films that he did, or some of the concepts in some of the films. But Russ Meyer could make a good film. He was really good behind the camera. He was subversive in a lot of his thoughts. He was kind of, as people say, like politically advanced with some of this stuff too. His films had secret, like, things hidden in them. Vixen is really good. Erica Gavin is fantastic in Vixen, and she is such um, fascinating character and deplorable, but what lovable at the same time. It's really strange. I would say the Super Vixens. I would agree with that. Even like Beyond the Valley of the Ultra Vixens, because it just goes into this really um, just levels of like insanity that it kind of has to be seen. That you really have to have a deft hand with a camera to be able to do what he does and to make it come off as well as it is. I hope that helps. DVD edition Summer Party Massacre. This is the only collection that they put out that has all three of them. So this has all three: Summer Party Massacre 1, 2, and 3. It has the full-length documentary that you'll see on the Blu-ray and probably on the 4K as well. And this was the first time it came out with like the photo and poster gallery. I don't think 3 has gotten a single release. I know 1 and 2 have gotten a Blu-ray release, and I have 2 and 3 on Blu-ray, but I think 3 just like missed the 4K window. Like they just haven't done it. Super Vixens, it was epic, man. Speaking of films that Vixen is really good. Vixen was the one that made me fall in love with Russ Meyer. Vixen is the one where I'm like, this is so different. This is like, and then there's movies like Cherry, Harry, and Raquel, which that was really good. It brought us Charles Napier. He wouldn't have acted if it wasn't for that film. Um, I'd like to eventually dive deep into the world of Russ Meyer. Um, Maybe like script out like a video essay, something like that, to just like really kind of weave into my experiences with Meyer and the stuff that he's done. It's because it's just so incredible. And I, grew up watching a lot of this stuff, and I remember when satellite became a thing and when satellite was a big deal. One of the first things that we had, like, had a bunch that we had like drive-in, we had the horror channel, Scream channel, and we had like Sex TV, it was called, and they used to show them and driving would show like Russ Meyer films. Hey, Trash, welcome, man. Um, and I remember they had the Jonathan Ross show, and it had the episode on Russ Meyer. And it was just so fascinating to sit down and watch and realize this is not just a guy that likes boobs. It's a guy that he's a filmmaker. He's a good filmmaker. Speaking of something that is more than the sum of its title, this is another one from Cult Epics, and if you've never checked it out, I really do recommend that you do. This is the Dutch collection. See right there, and it's not what you think it's going to be. This is actually really good. It's got Obsessions on here, which is a kind of a giallo type film, and it's some of the writing of this was actually done by Martin Scorsese. Some of the scripting. The I think who is it? Is it Manfredini? one of the big, did the score for that one as well. Frankie and Eva is here, which is one of the very first things. Trash will know this problem, more than likely. One of the very first appearances of Sylvia Crystal. Would go on to be like, Emmanuel, among other films. She has a part in that. We got Blue Movie here, which is really good, and Susan, Sandra, Olga, and Julie, just really good. And if you've never checked out the set, it's a really good set. It's I've only got two colored epic sets, but you can't go wrong with them. They're just so good. They do so well. First Emmanuel on film, yeah, the Sylvia Crystal. But you want to see her before Emmanuel? Get that set. The Scorpio Films colored epic set is really really good, and Obsessions is actually an excellent film, one that I think too many people have slept on. This one also includes some like short films on it as well, like Heartbeat San Francisco, Jope Strikes Again. Um, there's some. There's a Sylvia Crystal video gallery poster video gallery on here. Uh, just some really cool stuff. There's a cool write up on here as well. Write ups don't get enough like credit. For those that are joining me late, we're in my movie room. Let's just one of my movie rooms. One of my at this point 3 movie rooms that I have, because there's one on the farm. There's one here upstairs, and there's the one that's downstairs. I'm watching some kitty cats right now, so I am trapped in the movie room, sitting on the floor. We can look at releases. We can talk about stuff that's coming up. We can talk about any type of. Obviously, I'm not on StreamYard, so I'm not able to go and say, like, go to a certain site or anything like that. But I am here, and it'd be really interesting to talk about. One, I'll pull some movies out of the library. We can talk about some stuff that's upcoming. I'm very excited about the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles 4K set coming out from Arrow Video. That one is something that's high on my list of wants to get. I am also extremely excited about the imprint announcements. I think the John Huston Directs one looks really good. I'm sure Kubrick has already looked into that one. There's a few that I would definitely call the just some great. It's exactly 140 a year. You're right on the money. And I am drinking cappuccino and I can't sleep, so you got me for a little bit anyway. Get to see this room here, and get to hear me talk and ramble on. One from Mill Creek that I want to mention, actually. Well, it's really 3, but it's these here decade sets that they put out, which I actually dig the hell out of. So they put out an 80s one, and it has some really good films on there, actually. We got like Father Like Son, that's okay, not really good. Blue Thunder, Vice Versa, Suspect's a great film. Roxanne, I love Roxanne. Band of the Hand is another cool one. Punchline, Little Nikita with the late Little River Phoenix, of course, and Sidney Poitier. Who's Harry Crumb and the New Kids? Do I have these actually in here? No, I got them put downstairs. Got the 90 set right here as well. Yeah, Blue Thunder was Roy Scheider. I actually was going to upgrade this one recently when I was in Spain, because he had it there on Blu-ray, and he had the TV series too. So I will eventually upgrade those. Here we got House Sitter, Devil's Own, Matchmaker. I actually really like Matchmaker. I had a big crush on Janine Garofalo. I bet nobody's surprised with that, right? Freshman, White Palace, Susan Sarandon, and James Spader. Anaconda, I have the Anaconda set here as well. One True Thing, anything Meryl Streep I watch. One Note to Last Summer, Donnie Brasco, and The Deep End of the Ocean with Michelle Pfeiffer and Treat Williams, Whoopi Goldberg. Definitely a fun one there. And here we got the 2000s, and I would think that there wouldn't be a lot here, but there's actually some really cool stuff. 52 Pickup. I like 52 Pickup. It's actually fairly underrated. Did you notice, maybe you did, maybe you want to admit it, did you notice all of the adult stars that had like roles in 52 Pickup? Because there's a few. At the party, for instance, in the clothing store, Pretty sure Jamie Gillis, right, is there as one of the clothing store worker. Ranger Games is underrated. Ranger Games has never got the credit that it deserved. Now what we got on here, we got Nurse Betty, 21 grams. 21 grams good. One Night McCool's, Baby Mama. Actually, I actually don't mind Baby Mama. Spy Game is here. State of Play, Emperor's Club, Hitcher, the remake version of that, which is not bad. The Shape of Things, which again is kind of a fun one, and not a good movie, but I actually Ron Jeremy doesn't have good parents actually, unfortunately. Cry Wolf, which has Lenny Booth, Jared Padalecki, and they don't mention him on here, but John Bon Jovi is in this as well. And usually like 2 to 3 movies on a disc type thing. Pretty simple stuff. Oh, Vandy definitely was. Vandy's passed when? Like recently? Oh, she passed. Yeah, I think I knew that. But Vandy passed away. Either I knew it or I just assumed it. Maybe she hadn't. Sometimes that happens, that when you haven't heard from a star or celebrity in a while, and so you just automatically assume, okay, they must be gone. And yeah, Vandy was one of the ones that I'm pretty sure that I was sad to have learned that she had passed. I grew up as a massive Prince fan, so like Purple Rain was like one of those albums. I had the concept album they did for Batman, the 1999 Batman, and I didn't just have it; I adored it. I played the hell of that, the Bad Dance, and just loved it. 10 Super Vixen films? I'm trying to think of the 10. I mean, like, I know the Super Vixen films, but I don't know there's 10 of them. You met Prince. Oh, how was that? Because I know he's like a different character. And Prince, he was with some of the most beautiful women that ever lived. That's just truly blows my mind. I would love to have met Prince. I feel like we could have had a good conversation, actually. Cousin Sam performed in Minnesota at a club. There's certain like singers and stars, celebrities that I would love to have met, and ones that just kind of just passed me by. Most recently, no, most people won't even. So I'm a soap guy, right? I like watch soap operas. I still do, and now I watch more of the British ones, that like EastEnders, Hollyoaks, stuff like that. Corey. But recently, the girl that played Priya from EastEnders was here, and I had the chance to meet her, but we were like ships in the night. We just missed each other a couple times, and I had wanted to chat with her because I think she's an incredible actress. Her mom was the mom actually in Beckham, right? The one that's like really doesn't want her daughter to play soccer. That was her mom. So I was like a fan of her mom too. At a club, that's got. My cousin got to see Huey Lewis in the News actually play in a kind of a venue like that, kind of about when Huey Lewis in the News gets to do it. First Avenue nightclub in Minneapolis. Was it a good meeting? Was it cool? Did he have that aura? Did he have that Prince aura? Because Prince has that aura, right? It's not a movie set, but I'm very stoked to own a few of these. So he was sure. Yeah. He used to get his clothes from the children's section, actually. If you ever meet me, I'm not very tall either. I'm like 5'8", so 5'8.5". Don't forget the half inch, right? These are the German releases of Baywatch, and what's really cool about these is that they're uncut, and they're in the right aspect ratio. Now, for those that aren't aware, well, I'm definitely not 6. I wish I was 6'2". In my mind, I'm 6'2", right? Uh, the North American releases of Baywatch on both DVD and Blu-ray are not not good. They're bad releases. But these here, give them uncut. This is season 5. You can see right here. Got season 5, season 6. All right, here we go. Season 6, season 8, season 9, season 10, and 11. So it's all the Baywatch Hawaii seasons. And yes, I have season 1 of Baywatch Nights. I really want season 2 because season 2 is when it goes off the rails. Hey, let's look at some of my releases here. Here's some of my TV stuff. We got Tropical Heat, which was a series that I got to review. She is really smart. People underrate. Look how cute he is. Look how cute that cat is. So, Tropical Heat. Really I really like this show actually. Of course, I got my Coronation Street Secrets. Some more Coronation Street Secrets there. Quantum Leap. What season of Friday 13th do I have? Second season. Yeah, I was gonna buy a season recently. Shadow Warriors, which is Shokazuji, I think. Is it Shokazuji? I'm trying to remember now. No, Sunny Chiba. Good series though. Complete first season. Is there more than one season? Okay. There is, I don't have it. But it was put out by, what was the name of the company again? By Ronin, okay. I'm a big Sunny Chiba fan, so yeah, I had to have that. Let's get this. The very first miniseries ever on TV, Rich Man, Poor Man. For those that are fans of like soap operas, the character of Patch from Days of Our Lives is inspired by this series right here. I got over 10,000 movies in my collection, and at this point, Trash, when I'm looking for stuff, I do find out a lot of times now I'm looking for stuff that is sometimes more expensive. And I'm at peace with myself in that I don't buy things a lot. So when I get a release of a film, I don't mind like the saving up and spending more for like a good release as opposed to getting like just maybe something that I can get thrift down the road. There's Covert Affairs. That's season 1. I got the first 2 seasons of Covert Affairs. Equalizer, the complete series. Of course, Mike Hammer. I'm a massive Mike Hammer fan. Recently, I picked that up. Happy Days, seasons 1 to 4. Of course, I sponsored In Search of Darkness. I'm on the 3rd set. As you know, as one of those producer guys, like a lot of people are. So it's all 3 of them. Cult Movies Gold. That's Super Argo. First 8 seasons of Supernatural. The complete Deep Space Nine. The original Nightmare Street Blu-ray set. Complete Starsky and Hutch. Vegas. I love this series, by the way. Law and Order Special Victims Unit. I've only got the first 4 seasons of it, and then season 12. But it's kind of my comfort show. This 80s and 90s like movie set was really good. I got a lot of these on Blu-ray and stuff. Some of these you even got on 4K. Well, it's a nice set to have just to watch. Tales from the Dark Side, the complete series. Of course, Star Trek Next Generation, Voyager. That's, of course, Enterprise right here. And Crusade, and, of course, Babylon 5. I love Law & Order. I really do. Knots Landing there, the first season. No, second season. I got the first season though too. And Remington Steele. I love this show. Some might say that a lot of my personality and my insane movie knowledge comes from Remington Steele. I got the complete series of Dallas up there. It's all 14 seasons plus the movie set. Complete A-Team, Airwolf, all 3 seasons. fourth season doesn't exist. This is the Knight Rider, or kind of like the reboot series they did. That's what I thought they were talking about too. Actually, was Rush Meyer films. All sliders. Even the bad sliders. Canon. I actually found this at a thrift store at a Valley Village. Highlander. I got the first 7 seasons of Gunsmoke. I wish I had all of them. Hotel, Street San Francisco. My mom got me this one. I love this show. Smallville. Highlander is really good. It's better than the films. I'm sorry. It really is. Adventures of Superman, all 6 seasons. Lake 7, highly underrated British sci-fi series. If you've never seen it, definitely check it out. Buck Rogers, I actually literally ran into him at a convention. Like, literally, almost banged right into him. The Complete Bionic Woman, Complete Wonder Woman. 2 seasons, 1 and 3 of Incredible Hulk. I've never found the others. The Wire, because everybody got on The Wire, right? Tour Duty, Dawson's Creek, I Dream of Jeannie, Sequest, Magnum. I also have Blu-ray editions of the Star Trek, the original series. Dynasty. Do I want to do more? Why not? Why not? Well, we're chatting. You ask me anything, my boy, if you want to talk about stuff here. Within reason. It's my MVD stuff right here. No, I actually, that was sent to me a while back by Jamie. And he said I had to watch it. And I was editing a lot of work at the time. So I never did get a chance to check it out yet. But Jamie said it's absolutely fantastic. So I will definitely check it out. I want to see the RoboCop one as well. I still haven't seen the, remember that one, In Search of Tomorrow? Like the sci-fi one that was put out by the guys that did the, like the 80s, like horror one? I still haven't got through all that yet. RoboDoc. I almost picked that up actually when I was in Canada. So right there, I'm just showing the shelf. If anybody wants to ask anything about any of the releases or ask anything at all, like Kubrick's doing, then definitely do so. Because looking at my movie shelves is much better than looking at me. Trust me on that one. With the upcoming Arrow Videos Vinegar Syndrome's Labor Day sale, here's my Vinegar Syndrome shelves. I try to now. Right now, not as much. I used to try to get in like 2 to 3 movies a day, but it's become a lot harder because I, aside from like traveling and taking care of the kitty cats, or like if I'm working on the channel, usually I'm like working way in advance for a lot of videos, and sometimes I'm editing stuff or I'm writing. So that takes into it. And a lot of movies that I watch now, I watch for other purposes. The special features, yeah, for me, it's the commentaries that get me, because I love a good commentary. I want to get on a disc. I want to do a commentary on disc. That's like one of the boxes I want to check. I love to work on commentary. Hey, Evan, welcome, man. I wish I did. The 4K Dollars trilogy, it's so good, man. I want it. I did manage to pick up 2 of the 3 like Warner Brothers 4Ks. I got like Dirty Harry and I got Outlaw Josie Wales, because I just love those films. I still haven't been able to find Pale Rider. On Macabre. Oh, you want to see those? All right, let me move my ring light. All right, let's go through my Monocar releases. Has anyone ever, not for a commentary, but I have been reached out to by a couple labels. One that was a really good experience, and I can't say anything else yet. And another one that I don't know if I'll ever do anything with that label, because it was not a great experience. And I had a friend there that I really, really just think he did a wonderful job, and tried to What screen? Oh, we'll get that one. Inquisition, of course. Curious, aren't you? We got, oops. Oh, Howl of the Devil. Naughty, naughty. What It Grows, Hunting Ground, which is really cool. We're almost there. Blood Ceremony, which is another McGraw. Emmanuel America. Not my favorite Emmanuel film, actually. Fox with a Velvet Tail. This is a pretty, like, tame one. And here we go. A Lizard in a Woman's Skin. This was a birthday gift from somebody I actually haven't spoken to in a long time. But he bought it for me, and then he bought me a green case to go with it. And it just looks absolutely stunning in the green case. You probably got a lot more than I got, actually. Perversion Story, which underrated film, by the way. Symptoms. I frigging love this movie. I can watch this day or night. It's just so haunting. The Fan, just one of their best. Panic Beats. I love me some Nash, guys. I go to Spain like 2 or 3 times a year. Notice 1,000 Desires. Gotta love Lena Ray. This is a weird film. It's like so different. The weather, hot. This is the hottest time of year, Elvin, in Morocco. So I spend most of my time indoors underneath air conditioning. Beast and the Magic Sword. I love the way the artwork's on this thing. Suddenly in the Dark. Blu-ray. Excellent release of this. I don't think this needs an upgrade. This is the way to go with it. What's this called again? Queens of Evil. Really good release. This is the limited edition one with the extra disc with the long interview, and it's so good. Got the Wife Killer here, some Greek collection. Tango Perversion is really good. Mystics and Bally, everybody could have this one. This is like one of those, like, if you're gonna get into Mono Macabre, you gotta pick up Mystics and Bally. Living Corpse, underrated title, creepy, Hammer-esque feel to it, didn't expect that. When I saw a movie called Dracula in Pakistan, I was like, that's not gonna be any good. It was good. How to Seduce a Virgin, super underrated Franco title, by the way. Super underrated Franco title. Don't Up Until Christmas, great one. I love Christmas ones. Sinner is a lot of fun. Well, no, it's fun, but Sins of Sister Lucia. I gotta watch this one. It's been a long time. The Warrior. Any of these Barry Prima like action ones are kind of fun. Devil's Forge, another Barry Prima. Don't Deliver to Me was my very first Mono Macabre. Virgins from Hell. I love this one. It's insane. The bonus disc is great. The double feature, the For Your Height Only, and the Challenge. What's Challenge of the Tiger, right? Yeah, Challenge of the Tiger. Satanic Pandemonium, the film that Salma Hayek got her name from. Mansions of Madness. By the guy that El Carta. And Lady Terminator, which is not at all what you think it is going to be like. It's very, very different, but it's very, very fun. Come to the grinder stuff here. I've got Burt Lancaster and The Swimmer, severely underrated film. Corruption, love this one actually. It's a very good one for me. My cats, they do actually. It depends. Some of them get bored and just go on to get the Zoomies, Vince. Now other cats like will be watching like with me, like pigtail watch with me almost the entire time. One of our newest additions to the house, Buster, is fascinated with watching stuff. I love that question, by the way, Vince. Death Game. Do you want to have this release? Get this release. This is really freaking good. This was so underrated. It's the last thing I bought the first time I was in Canada, like when I went back again. And I kept like hemming and hawing because it was a little bit pricey, but it was so worth it. I Drink Your Blood, I Eat Your Skin. Cool release. I was so excited to get this, The Big Gun Down. It's such a good movie. I love a good spaghetti western. And you got like Lee Van Cleef and Thomas Millian, and you can't go wrong with those guys. Tough ones of Pliziateshi. I can now say the word. Umberto Lenzi, Pliziateshi stuff, and it is it's a great release. We got Pieces here. You bastard! I adore that film, and of course my VSAs. It is a weird film. Uh, it's not one of his better films. I don't mind it, but Franco is the kind of like filmmaker where once you get a Franco film that hits with you, that you can like that you kind of relate with, then the films that you may not have liked before suddenly have a whole new meaning to them. Make any sense? So for me, I think like I liked a lot of Franco stuff, but one that really hit me hard that I really like got a lot out of when I watched it was Bahia Blanca. And Bahia Blanca was a Severin release. It was it was a very limited one that they did, and it had this sort of oddness to it. And because I've read a lot on Franco and I've studied him a lot, is one of the filmmakers that I actually like took the time to like study. Like I studied Franco in the way I studied Hitchcock when I started like getting into films. And it was just during this period in the 80s when he was still making films, but he was making them in one area with usually with the same cast because he wasn't getting the funding. So he didn't have the producers behind him that they had behind him before. So it was a very frustrating time for Franco. And there's so much like internalized frustration and like anger, and you can see it in the film with the way that it's done. You can actually see his you can feel his frustration. You can feel him like trying to get out and tell you and show you stuff on a budget, but still trying to be that filmmaker, the filmmaker that Orson Welles liked, that Orson Welles like admired his work. So Franco appears on camera in a lot of his films, but when I say kind of in his frustration, I mean like the way that he shot the film, the way that was done. I'll show you some of my with the Umbrella video coming up. Here's some of my Umbrella releases. I don't think not in my collection anyway. There's a bad Expedition Classics. Like look at these here. We got Not Quite Hollywood, which is a primer, right? If you're going to get an exploitation collection. Then you get Wind Rider, which is a really fun one with Nicole Kidman. Look, there's a Patrick double feature, and I like both Patricks actually. Of course, Richard Franklin's a classic. I think Mark Hartley did a good job of remaking a film that I thought was unremakeable. We got Nightmares here, which I really enjoyed. Turkey Shoot. Everybody that gets an exploitation gotta watch Turkey Shoot. I mean, like you can't say you've watched exploitation and not see Turkey Shoot. It's just such a good film. Steve Rail's back. Olivia Hussey's in that one. Such a cool movie. The great and late Carmen Duncan. We got Stunt Rock, Man from Hong Kong, Death Cheaters, just crazy fun action films with Brian Trenchard Smith. Snapshot. This got a recent like upgraded release from Indicator, but I'll stick with this actually. Long Weekend. One of the classics. A good friend of the channel, Jamie, remade it and did a really good job with it. Harlequin. This is underrated, man. Robert Powell. If you've never seen Harlequin, it's a cool release. All these bands like Umbrella really does good sub-labeling. I got The Cook, the Thief, His Wife and Her Lover, just a fantastic film. And a great documentary on Peter Greenaway, by the way, on this. Slither is here. You know, early James Gunn. I got I got the early James Gunn though, because I've got Romeo and Juliet. But Slither, anytime anybody tells you like, you know, he only does like this, show them Slither. That's good. Possession, you know, a masterclass in acting right there. Ghost of Peter. I don't think I have yet. I want to see it. I love Peter Mediak. Of course, you know, that's the guy that did The Changeling. And The Changeling is one of my favorite ghost stories of all time. Peter Mediak is such an underrated director. And he is so, like, well-versed in the stuff that he does. Undead. I used to have this on DVD. Great release. Pan's Labyrinth. Of course, everybody loves Pan's Labyrinth. Heavy Metal. Snuck to a theater to watch this when I was a kid. It is so good. Child's Play, because everyone knows Child's Play. I really like this movie. I think this is Czechoslovakian. Kubrick should probably know. Hey, Night Terror, thanks, man. Wow, that is the greatest compliment that I could be given. I've been here for 13 years now. Really? See, I'm a Del Toro fanboy. So maybe I'm a little bit biased. La Strada, of course. The cats are going nuts over there. Buena Vista Social Club, just wonderful music. Ry Coder, of course. It's a Wim Wenders film. Absolutely fantastic music. It's just a documentary that I absolutely adore checking out, and it makes me want to just go back and dive into the music again. Run Lola Run is a good release. This one here, double feature, Jean de Floret and Mannion de Source. So cool. Their Synsploitation one. I got the first three of those. This is when I used to work for, actually. When I worked for, I used to review for Umbrella. 10,000 counting, man. Showgirls, still my favorite release, Showgirls. I like this better than the Vinegar Syndrome release. Because this one, my friends, this one here has the You Don't Know Me documentary, which is super cool. Sex and Zen, cool release. And then the follow-ups we got, like, in the realm of senses. And what's the other one called again? Empress of Passion, yeah. And the first two of their Kung Fu ones, Big Boss and Fist of Fury. Yeah, you should be subbing. Night Terror is good, man. Definitely sub. Had to move some stuff, get this. They're gonna fall over the place. So we got the Fred F. Sears double feature here, which is the Giant Claw and the Werewolf. Now I have the Arrow video release of that. And we got the Tarantula and Incredible Shrinking Man. Such good stuff. Body Double, which is one of my absolute favorite films of all time. I love De Palma, and I love this era De Palma. Road Games, you know, Richard Franklin classic. Fair Game. If you've never seen Fair Game, definitely check this one out. Such a good movie. There's a whole, like, almost genre of Australian films where Heather William, welcome, man, where the car or the vehicle is the weapon. It's part of the, it's, you know, it's, and this one here, Desolation Angels, there's so many where the vehicle becomes its own character. Let me know what you think about it when you watch it, because it's a different film and it takes some chances and it doesn't play it super straight. Hey, Josephine, welcome, man. Heartbeat Library. I haven't checked one out yet. Breaking Moran, another fantastic one right there. If you've never seen that one, it's a good one. Malcolm, this is such a good movie. It is such a good movie. And the same director made The Big Steal, and The Big Steal is another one that I absolutely adore. I like the early, like, kind of the Western stuff. This one here is The Overlanders, and it has Chips Rafferty, who was in, what's the movie again? Kangaroo, I think. Yeah, Kangaroo, 1952. Like, it's more of a Hollywood film. But this is a really good, well done. So it's like set, I think it's 43. It's supposed to be, yeah, set in 1943. And they're like cattle, there's a cattle drive, and things go in a direction which makes it extremely tense and suspenseful, and just a wonderful film. It's a wonderful film. Right Hand Man's a lot of fun. Black and White, Head On, Shame. I watched this again recently. So Shame is a different one. So Deborah Lee Furness is a woman. She's driving through town on a motorcycle, and she has an accident. Her motorcycle gets beaten up, and she goes to this town. This town is like super like creepy dudes in there, and she finds out that they have, especially like some of the younger guys, they're essaying the females as kind of like a sport, and she almost gets attacked, but she kind of fights back, and it starts. Uh, it just goes in such amazing directions, and the ending is shocking. But so Bergman's film's a classic too. Uh, Definitely check this out if you ever get a chance. If you see this at the library, Kubrick, check it out. It's a really good film. Cozy too. Tony Collette is in this, and Ben Mendelsohn, of course, was in The Big Steel. Richard Griffith's in here, and it is such a cool film. And you got them, and they're making doing Mozart's Cozy in this like asylum. So adore that. Puberty Blues, probably remembered, not so much the fact that it's an excellent coming of age film, but probably remembered more so from the movie Attack the Killer Tomatoes. Because not sure if you guys remember or not, but in Attack the Killer Tomatoes, the song that kills the tomatoes is the theme song to Puberty Blues. Because he just hated it so much. He thinks such a bad song that it kills the tomatoes. Playing Beady Bo is really good. Two Hands is fantastic. The Sniper is a great, that's part of their noir collection. Black Water, great film. And Proposition is really fun. Of course, got the 4K Whiplash. Blast from Brazil. I love Blast from Brazil. Man, it's been a long time since I've heard that title mentioned. So Blast from Brazil is one of those films that I saw on like a lot, initially on TV, and I remember going and renting it afterwards, because it's a scary movie. And somebody told you like somebody's doing that now. American Ninja is over here. Is it over here? Maybe it's downstairs. It's probably downstairs. I love the American Ninja films. I got the first 4, put up 88 films. There's some 88 film stuff right there. Teenage Gang Dibs. Have I seen that one? Is that a newer one? Or is that an older one that I just missed out on, or I can't remember? I'm glad we got some love for Cozy there, because it is such a good film. Day of the Jackal's fantastic. Night the Juggler is coming out from Radiance under their new label. So I'm actually kind of excited about that. Because that's more along the style of what I want Radiance to put out. For me, like, not what to put out, but like, I've gotten like the first horror, the Die Gothic set. But not everything Radiance puts out is kind of like in my wheelhouse. Or just not that I'm... Did you like Last House on Left? And did you get the obvious like Bergman like influences from the film? Hey you, no, don't go too hard. Can you hear the cat in the background, by the way? That's your son. Don't go biting him. It's a tough watch, right? But it's meant to be a tough watch. You know, obviously there's a lot of Virgin Spring in that. It's definitely going for that. Well, it's hard to be shocked. No. Sorry. At the time, you got to remember, like, it definitely was much more shocking than it would probably be now. but I still think that it definitely stands up as like a hard watch. I think I'll never be desensitized to I Spin Your Grave. I still, that's a hard watch for me because Azair, the director, just goes so unrelenting in that film, so unrelenting that it makes it even like super harder. Well, Thriller. Well, certain versions of Thriller have the explicit shots, but I think with Thriller, a lot of people actually feel a little bit differently, in that Thriller is not as outrightly, aside from those as shots, massively explicit. Because Thriller it definitely goes more into the certain aspects of the revenge portion of it. Thriller, we get to see like her practicing, and it's just a different type of film. Like I love them, obviously I love them both. I have them both in my collection. Do I have? No, I don't have. I don't have a Spit in Your Grave. I don't have a good version of that one actually. I Spit in Your Grave works harder for me because it's not because in a film like that, it's not what you see. It's it's how it's shot. It's how it's implied, and um, Revenge is another one. Like the girl, there's a new Red Sonja movie coming out, right? And the girl from Red Sonja, the new Red Sonja. So she was in the movie Revenge, and Revenge you don't see very much at all in the movie Revenge when it comes to that aspect of it. But it's rough. I mean, Revenge. I really want to take a shower after Revenge. Classic portmanteaus right there, right? Tales of Witness Madness, Dead Night, Dead of Night, Dr. Sarah's horse. It's just cute. The cat's just like leapt over my. Uncomfortable Irreversible was a hard watch because of that scene, but it's an extremely hard watch because where it goes, and because there's no where some of them there's payoff, right? There's you okay. There's that comeuppance. You don't get that in Irreversible. You Irreversible puts you there, and it doesn't let up, and it gets tougher from there. But with that, just a little under an hour. I think I probably should try and get to sleep if these kitty cats will ever go to sleep for me. And I want to thank everybody that came in tonight. I really appreciate it. It's a different video, I know, but it's something that I've wanted to do for a while, and just chat and kind of go there. So thank you all for coming in. And no, it's okay. There's never a bad note, and it's always something to think about. My name is Aaron. This is the Call to Cinema, and I'll see you next time. Have a wonderful night, and enjoy your Sunday.